Hagegata 25.
En podcast fra Fontenehuset, Oslo øst.
Ja, da vi tilbake med nok en episode av Fontenehuset Oslo Østs egen podcast, Hagegata 25. Jeg heter Fredrik, og i dag har jeg med meg Rob.
Hello.
Hello, and we're going to do this in English, because Rob is of the American origin.
Stripe.
The American stripe, yes. And you are actually an author.
I am indeed.
Yes, you love the written word.
I love it.
Yeah.
I've been using it to hopefully in good ways for a long time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We can just start by getting to know you. How old are you?
How old do I look?
31.
Oh, I'm going to jump across the table and kiss you. I'm over 50.
Oh, okay.
Put it that way.
Yeah. Oh, I was trying to be nice. How long have you been writing?
So I always, as a kid, loved words. And my father would say something, and I would say, "What does that mean?" And he'd say, "Go to the shelf and pick up the dictionary and look up the word."
Ah, good.
So, but I didn't start writing until probably during college. I went on a backpacking trip with my girlfriend and started writing a journal, and it felt like the words came kind of easily.
Yeah.
They sort of fell into place. So I sort of got inspired on that trip.
Did you find that you had a larger vocabulary than other people, or did you just have the need to get it out?
Well, I guess it corresponds to when I started reading seriously, which was around in high school with a great English teacher. So I guess not a larger vocabulary, but more access to the words that would fit.
You do often hear that about authors, that they are good readers, and that they are often journaling too. But I think just the love of books makes you want to be inside one in one way and just create one. I wish I could write a book. I mean, and maybe one day I can, but I love reading. So
we've actually talked about that in the writing groups that I hold here. Is people are talented, they have the skills, but they're afraid to keep going.
Yeah,
and that's something that's really hard to teach. I think, like this persistence. To sit down and you write a page and you think, I've got something, but then a lot of people stop. And it's not because of talent or drive even. It's because of maybe self-doubt, I think, and the unwillingness to sit for days. And so I say, like, set low expectations. Like, I'm going to write a paragraph today. I'm going to write even a sentence and take it from there. Like, you know what your limitations are and work with them. Yeah, that way.
I think there's so many ways to do it. I hear stories or read interviews with other authors, and it's often very different how they work. Whereas some people will force themselves to write a page a day, even if they're not inspired at all. And then there's other people who will sort of write in a frenzy. When inspiration hits, they'll just sit in front of the computer, or in old days, the typewriter, and just hammer it out in a few days, and then do the hard part later, the editing, but get it all out.
I read a biography of Stephen Crane, who was a poet, and he wrote The Red Badge of Courage in the Civil War.
Any relation?
No,
because your name is Crane.
It is Crane, yeah.
Just to be clear.
But Paul Auster, the author, wrote the biography, and he would put down some of Crane's poems, and then he would say, the poetic spout was open and flowing for a month or two, and then it just closes. Okay. And you wait for it to open up again. So,
inspiration comes and goes. Yeah.
It does, and you have to work through those times when you're not inspired, when you're sort of just pushing through and try to get something done, just to feel like you've done something that day.
I think it also relates to songwriters. I mean, Keith Richards of the Stones says the way to not have writer's block is to just realize you're not writing songs, you're just receiving them. That's how he feels.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, he plays guitar and just alone in his room, and then something will start to happen. And he feels like, there's some incoming, like songs are out there in the universe somehow, and you just have your antennas to get them.
Yeah, I guess so.
And I guess that might be a way of fooling yourself, to not have writer's block. And it seemed to have worked for him so far, I must say. But
I think people make it out to be this mysterious process, and I think you do need some skills and powers of observation and all that, but it's not. It is work.
Yeah.
It is working.
Yeah, it's inspiration and perspiration.
And what do they say? 95% perspiration.
Yeah, something like that. But I think also that comes to any art form. I mean, people always think of Hollywood as being glamorous, but when you listen to the interviews that TV and movie stars do, they're working 17-hour days.
Yeah.
And they might be for months or weeks at a time away from their families on a location or something, or in another country. The glamorous part is walking the red carpet.
Yeah.
But that's like twice a year or once a year when there's a new movie. And when you're hot. And the rest of it is, of course, there's a lot of money involved, and that can be glamorous in and of itself. And we all know authors are the happiest people alive, aren't they? Yeah.
Oh, there's no misery involved whatsoever.
Not whatsoever. That's the strangest thing. So I don't know if does writing make you happy?
Oh yeah.
Or do you want it to make you happy?
No, it makes me happy.
That's good.
Well, I don't know if it makes me happy, but it makes me it gives me satisfaction.
Well, that's good.
But there are times, of course, when you're struggling. You can't find words. You can't find the plot. You're like, why am I doing this? No one's gonna care. All this like ego crap.
Yeah.
But then you sit down and you realize I've got something here. And then you finish a draft, and then you go to the next draft, and you edit. It's a process. I go through 4 or 5 edits of a book. This book here that I have that came out last year, I did, I think, 10 rounds.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So this is the 10th version.
10th version
of the manuscript.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's a lot of work. People, that's the part people don't see, of course. It's the same with movies or with music or anything or books. It just shows up on the bookshelf.
It's the cutting room floor.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So, but you just want to not be obsessed. Try not to be. I mean, when I worked on this book, I was a bit obsessed because there was a time crunch. There was a
okay. You had a deadline.
Yeah.
But you say 10 versions. Are those? Are there major changes done all 10 times?
In the first couple of rounds. By the end, it was sort of words and punctuation and
proofreading.
It became proofreading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all books go through that stage, I suppose.
There was one character that I had to sort of work on the most. He's the neighbor of the boy. He was saying things that were out of didn't fit for his character.
Okay.
So those had to be all like some of his thought processes didn't match up with didn't work in the book.
I see. For those who don't know, what's the name of the book?
It's called "Take a Look at Me Now"
by Robert Crane.
Robert P. Crane.
Yes.
Crane like the bird.
Yeah. It's nice and blue. I like that.
Yeah. I like the bubbles they made.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
A little bit of red in there.
Yeah. For those of you listening, and we have no watchers, we only have listeners. The book is available.
It is.
It is, yeah.
You can find it. You can get it as an ebook now. They just put it up. It's on Amazon, but you can also go to Adlibris or any online bookstore.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and it's pretty affordable. I think it's actually the publisher made it too cheap, but they have it here as $12.99 US, $8.99 British.
Yeah.
Because I have a British publisher, so.
And it is a paperback.
Paperback, yeah. There's no hardback yet.
Okay, there's only the paperback.
Yeah.
Well, is this your first published book?
No, there was one 8 years ago, which is sort of out of print. It's sort of
okay.
I might renegotiate the contract, but as of now, it's pretty much unavailable.
Yeah. Do you want to bring it back?
I would like to bring it back.
Yeah. Well, usually, if a book does well, the author's previous works also pick up a little steam.
Yeah, I was hoping. Yeah, and also I'm hoping I have a novel going now that I hope these guys pick up, but I'm not that satisfied with them.
Okay.
Because they have a lot of books, of course, and they sort of put their money on the winning horse. I think.
Well, yeah.
So, and I'm not quite in the race yet, so it's hard to make a living out of being a novelist, I think, these days.
Yeah, and it is a numbers game. I mean, it is, an industry and money drives it. So it's the same thing with movies, music, and TV. If you get the numbers, you get the treatment.
I mean,
But,
I think there is something. Sorry, there is something about this is gonna sound like I'm downplaying everything, but there is something about reaching one person.
yeah.
I mean, there is something to it. So like family members, friends, some people strangers have bought the book. But when my dad told me he liked the book, I was like overjoyed.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's not quick with a compliment.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think you just have to write a book that you want to write and then put it out there and see what happens. Rick Rubin, the famous music producer, he said, he was asked, at what point do you consider what the audience would like? And he says, I don't. I produce records that I like.
yeah.
And then we put them out, and that's it. And because I guess you still think the way a kid does, if I like it, everybody else likes it.
Yeah.
Which is invariably untrue, but you cannot. I don't think great art is dictated too much about what people want.
No.
I mean, history is full of great art that nobody wanted. Dylan went electric, and he was hated for it. Yeah, Neil Young went country and had a great hit. Nobody wanted Neil Young to write Heart of Gold. Nobody was waiting for a country album. And nobody was looking for Dylan to go electric, but it's now considered to be amazing. Michelangelo did not want to paint the Sixtine Chapel. He did not want the job. He hated doing it, and he was not satisfied with the results.
Because he was commissioned to do it by.
Well, yeah, he had to make
whomever.
money.
Yeah, he had to make money.
He
Yeah.
had to do the job, and he hated it. So you can never tell. And now, of course, we live in the age of, the internet, and anybody can put a book out there.
Yeah.
There's fewer gatekeepers now to any sort of art. You can have your own page and put photographs or paintings or whatever it is. And maybe people like it, maybe they don't. You have no control of that. But what you do control is what you write.
Yeah, and I think you're right. But it's about the process, and it's about the older you get, the more you do it, the better you get, because you see your. Can I curse on this? SHIT.
Well, I think you just did.
well, Hemingway you have to develop your bull detector.
Oh yeah.
So you have to see your own stuff.
Shall we say nonsense detector?
A nonsense detector.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I think that's a good philosophy in life, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, also like you said, like not caring what. I mean, I really am my own audience while I'm writing. I'm writing what I want to read.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
But it's not so much that you don't care about the audience; it's that you sort of care about them enough to treat them like real people, and you don't want to give them something that's beneath you or that you cannot stand by.
Yeah.
This is what I like. This is the best that I can do, because this is the book that I would buy, or this is the book that I would want to read.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or album or movie, whatever it is. And then because that's the honest way.
Yeah.
You can't do
Someone told me once to write a crime novel
Yeah.
because it'll sell.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do it because I was doing all cliches of crime shows I've seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
two fat detectives standing over a body going, "Yeah, he's dead." Yeah, it just didn't work. But I often
How's your wife? She left. Yeah, all of that stuff.
But I write for myself. But sometimes when I was younger, I would think of someone, like a really smart person I knew, and think, what would they want to read? Someone that liked literary books that I write, what would they think? And that sort of got me through a little bit, but I don't do that much anymore.
Yeah, you do have examples of it. I know Pete Townsend of The Who, when he was doing the rock opera Tommy, he was talking to a journalist about it who was not really keen on the idea. But Pete Townsend knew that he was a pinball fanatic, and he said, well, maybe the character maybe there will be some pinball involved. And that got the journalist really excited, and so he wrote Pinball Wizard,
Okay.
which is the big hit from that album. And that just came out of a conversation with a journalist.
Yeah. Well, I've heard it's like being a bird. Like you're making your nest and you're picking up sticks from all over like the place. What you hear, what you read. It's not coming. It's not a mythical. It's coming from somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all the characters are partly or a lot me. I'm the one.
I believe you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the one that created them. So
Matt Groening took the names from his own life when he created The Simpsons.
he did.
Yeah. I mean, I think Maggie and Lisa and Marge that's his own family.
Just the names or the actual like?
No, the names.
But not the characteristics. Or,
Well, I hope not. But
yeah.
I mean, Reverend Lovejoy comes from, I think the street that they lived on was Lovejoy, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so he took all of that from his own life. So some songwriters will say that they're always writing about themselves in some form or another.
Yeah.
It's, that's you talked about with age comes this sort of thing. It also comes with more and more experiences and things to write about.
Yeah. Although people have said that once you've learned enough to be a writer by the time you're 18. I don't believe that because I feel like I'm still learning a lot about myself. And what was I going to say?
I think I've learned more since I was 18 than I did before. It feels that way. I don't know if it's true, but it feels that way.
Yeah.
And I'll be 44 maybe by the time this episode's out. I'll be old.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. That kind of killed the mood, but no, I think it relates to art. I think it relates to personal experiences a lot. Just look at Edvard Munch. I mean,
Well, I think it's for me. I've thought about this, and I think it's reconstructing memories and experiences, and finding the words to put on them, and in a way that's not mirroring those memories or experiences.
And
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and how it makes you feel, I think.
Yeah, and the feelings are a huge part of it. Yeah.
I think that's the most important part for me about seeing art. I mentioned Edvard Munch. I like looking at those paintings. I'm not an art expert. I just like how it feels to look at them.
Yeah.
And I can't explain it more than that.
People ask me, they look at my bookshelves when they come over and like, how was this book? I was like, I don't know, but it made me feel something.
Yeah.
like I can't tell you the plot or the characters, but it made me feel something special.
Yeah. It's like that with concerts too. I remember some concerts. I can't recite the set list, but I remember how it made me feel.
Yeah. It got you off.
Yeah. It got me off in a way that, that's cool, that was nostalgic. I remember that song, I love that song, that's my favorite song of theirs, or whatever.
Yeah.
You remember how it made you feel.
Yeah.
Did he play that? Did they play that song? I don't remember everything. Yeah. I don't remember the whole set list. It was 2 hours, but how I felt, that sticks with you.
Yeah.
And that's the memories. And the older you get, the older the memories get, and you can't compete with those. So when people talk about their favorite book, it's usually not a new book. It's usually something they read a long time ago.
Yeah.
Because the memories have had time to get a hold of you and really fester.
Yeah.
And
also when you read a book when you're young and then you reread when you're older, it's quite an interesting experiment. Because you see it in a totally new light.
Yeah.
And it's still inspiring in its own way, but you know more about life. And you pick up things.
You'll have a different view on everything, and you come at it from a different angle. So I don't know if I now read the books I read as a teenager, which were more geared toward teenagers, I suppose.
Yeah.
Now I might not like it. So
that happened to me with Catcher in the Rye. Like I read it as a young person, and I read it again a couple of years ago, and it just didn't resonate. Like I couldn't.
Okay.
But that was more the time he said it in. I couldn't relate to that the 50s.
Yeah.
And
rather just keep the memories.
Yeah.
And not reread.
Yeah.
Some books I have reread, but those have been books that I read as an adult. It's like watching. If I would now watch sort of kids' TV that I saw as a kid,
Yeah.
which I have good memories of,
Mm.
now I probably just why am I wasting my time watching this?
Yeah. I have to tell one story about my writing career. My first novel in my 20s, I found an editor that wanted to read the book, and she read it. And you know what she said? She said, "You have a good plot, but the main character is dull. Like I can't relate to the main character. And actually, the main character was me.
Oh.
Like often the author's first book, the main character is the author.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Bildungsroman, I think it's called.
Okay.
And I was so hurt. I didn't lift a pen for 2 years.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of it too. The getting shut down part. The rejection.
Yeah, and it made me come out fighting 2 years later.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
It didn't kill you, so it made you stronger.
exactly.
So you can't. You have to have a thick skin about that stuff.
And
Because
at
you have to
20
realize it's not personal.
But at 20, no, she wasn't. She didn't know it was me. She didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at 22, 23, it's tricky to not let it get under your skin.
Well, if it happened now, I bet you wouldn't care. Probably.
No, I mean I would think about. I would probably argue that person.
Maybe, but again, if they don't know it's you, and they come at it from the angle of I just read a book and this is what I didn't like,
Yeah.
and if they don't know you and have no reason to dislike you, then they don't dislike you.
Right.
It's not a personal thing, but it becomes personal to you because you created this work of art. Look at what I made. I made this great book. Don't you want to read it? Yeah, I didn't care for it.
Yeah, well,
That stings.
Any artistic endeavor, you have to be ready.
Oh yeah,
You have to be ready for
Oh
that.
yeah, of course.
And you have to try to. I mean, people. If you're like in my writing course here, we try to be constructive, and we are. But if someone is really destructive about their criticism, that doesn't help.
No, it's.
But people are going to be brutal in the business part of this. They're going to be brutally honest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they want to make money, like you said.
Yeah. And if the book doesn't sell and it doesn't make the money, then they're.
It's a waste. It's just going to flounder on their webpage,
and they're going to be less likely to publish your next book,
right.
or your next movie, or your next album, or put on your next play, whatever it is. So, of course, you can self-publish these things if you want to risk your own money, and people do that too.
Yeah,
and that's okay. You're free to do that.
It's also like I don't know too much about this, but I put my first, not this book, but my latest book. I put the first 2 paragraphs in ChatGPT, and I said, "Can you give me the next 2?"
Oh,
and it was pretty scary. It was not spot on, but it was close.
Are you worried about AI?
A little bit, but I write poetry as well, so I think that's untouchable because of the human, the soul, and the elements of that. But a little bit, because people are just dropping things off ChatGPT and making novels. So
yeah,
I'm a bit worried about that. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about people not reading books too.
Yeah, I think that all art can suffer from this, and I think that the danger of it now is not that AI can write a page. What's dangerous is that if that's what we get used to, we lose something. There's a book, an English novel I read called "Never Let Me Go," and it was about kids that were being cloned.
Right, I've read that. Yeah,
cloned for organs, and in their schooling they all had to do art because people wanted to prove that they were as human as everybody else, and they had feelings, they had an emotional state. So,
and they were all destined to go.
They were all destined to be organ donors.
To be organ donors, yeah.
And that's the only way. That's the only reason they were.
And they didn't know it, right?
No,
yeah.
I'm not going to spoil the book, but if you want to read it, I recommend it. But It was made into a movie as well. But I think that there's a fundamental truth in that. I mean, we have cave paintings,
Yeah.
from tens of thousands of years ago. The need for some sort of artistic expression, be it tribal dancing and singing and painting on the walls, painting on your face, and cultural expressions of that sort, I think tells something about our humanity, because we all do it. Every culture in the world has art.
But you don't think that chat or AI is going to churn out our entertainment, like our books?
As far as I know, they might be already doing that partially,
Yeah.
because I know a lot of people use AI-generated images, but they all look like AI-generated images,
Okay.
for now, at least. That's the AI we're allowed to see. I don't know what everybody else can do, but no, but I really, I don't know if I would want to sit down and read a novel if I knew that a human hadn't made it.
But maybe there's a way for them to show that to not show who wrote it.
Yeah.
Like it's just made by a computer, and they put just like Billy Bob Johnson on the cover.
Yeah, well, his books suck. I'm just joking. No, but yeah, maybe it would be a fake thing. I mean, it's happened in music. The old Milli Vanilli story.
Yeah,
lip syncing,
right?
And maybe that'll happen here too. That some author will have a great successful book, and it turns out that it's mostly AI generated.
Yeah,
that might happen.
Yeah.
Maybe it happened to you. Are you willing to have the success and then the downfall for having been told? We still have a little bit of time. You want to read from the book?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Just to set it up, it's about a teenage boy named Bubby Welter, who's 15 when the book starts. He's dealing with his own juvenile mistakes he's making with his friend, but also the main thing is his mother is having a mental sort of crisis. So,
and when and where is this taking place?
It's a fictitious Washington, D.C.
Oh,
but you would probably know. Some people might not, but
okay.
And he's raised by his mother, and he's a single child of he's the only child of a single mother.
Okay, and it's 2024.
It's indiscriminate, probably
okay.
80s. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't say. This is chapter 1. Bubby Welter, 15, sat on the couch under the gaze of the TV. His mother was in the dining room shuffling papers, bank statements, around on the table. The plant on the windowsill had died of thirst. Yellow spots on the green leaves. Bubby glimpsed her bent over, cigarette smoke curling up in the air. The money dropped into her purse from her dead father, Jess Bagley. They had sat in the funeral parlor. Carrie Welter wept through her speech. Bubby's necktie choked him. He hardly knew the guy. They stood by the grave as the dirt was thrown on top of the casket. His mother erupted. Bubby just sat and stared at the cars, wondering at makes and models. He couldn't understand why she was being so melodramatic. Didn't she complain to him about her father? He wondered what the man looked like now in the box underneath all the dirt. Bubby didn't dare ask her how much. They were supposed to move to a house in the suburbs, but Carrie Welter couldn't get started. But she enjoyed going to the ATM and pulling stacks from the slot. There she was one day, waving a card hand of 20s in Bubby's direction. He stared at the fan, afraid to reach out for one of the bills. Then she pulled them back and put them behind her. Bubby said, "Oh well," in his mind. She did it again. This time he reached for a bill. When he did, she tightened her grasp. She arranged them in a stack, stamped it on the table, and sheepishly handed over a bill to her son. He looked at it crooked and waited for her to snatch it back. "Go on and take it." She gave him 5 choices on what he could do with it, then wrote off each one when he picked up the bill. Go and buy something. Not this, not that, though. Carrie groaned now. She lifted herself off the chair and trudged into the kitchen. Bubby heard her opening cabinets, cursing. Then the uncapping of a pill bottle, the water running, the pill going down the gullet. Bubby stared at the set, diving into the images shooting from the screen, trying to focus on the voices of the actors, lumpish, mesmerized. Carrie put her hands in the back pockets of her jeans and stared. Her eyes were drained of color. Bubby looked over at her, curious as to how far the pill she had swallowed had wormed its way through her innards. He went to another show. The words and images were all familiar to him. His mother was about to exclaim, "Let's get out of here, Bub. What do you say?" She didn't, though. She went back to the bank statements. Bubby heard her cursing from the other room. He wanted to know the figure. How many digits? She was back in the living room. Bubby couldn't look at her. He became one with the drone of the TV while he slowly tapped the remote against his thigh. Things are going to change, Bubby.
Rob, thank you very much.
Thank you, man. That was fun.